Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and yeah, more Scholar. Good to see you, Serenia. I have made yet another discovery which pertains to you and your scholarly arts. I have come into possession of several ancient engravings, including some which show the traditional raiments of Nymian scholars. In fact, the extraordinary detail of these illustrations, coupled with information gleaned from other sources, was sufficient to deduce their design. At present, it's impossible to say how historically accurate my designs are. That is why I propose we enlist the aid of Eosen's preeminent artisans, so that we might recreate these garments. Should they prove sufficiently authentic, I expect your fairy will regain more of her missing memories. In the hands of a preeminent weaver, say Master Redolon Rose of Sunsilk Tapestries, this information should be sufficient. But you cannot journey to Uldar until you've gathered the leaves of a dye-wort. My text explicitly mentioned that the plant's pigments were used to dye Nymian uniforms. Alas, dye-wort is much rarer than it was in the days of yore. It can only be found in the fog fence now. Lest you think I mean to make you do all the work, worry not. While you scour Mordona for the plant, I will contact Master Rose and convince him to help, though I doubt it require much effort. So... here's a shrub. Ah! Lots of little more bolts. Ah, right. Probably best if I just kill the little ones first. I recently played Summoner and I'm a bit confused about where I put my abilities. Now, again with a shrub. Ah, this is green. I thought that this golden glow was intended, but it was just the time that there was a battle to be. Okay. And off to Uldar. Hello, boss. I suppose you do have a rather scholarly air about you. I've been expecting you, Serenia. Have you the leaves and Alka Zolka's designs from? Crafting raiments that have not been seen in 1500 years. This is indeed a daunting challenge. But it is one I suspect I will enjoy a great deal, for whereas the day a weaver revives ancient fashion. I shall begin at once. You may observe if you like, but be aware that it will be a lengthy process. Hey, I'm a weaver. I can learn, right? It has been done. It has been some time since I labored with such intensity. I adhered to Alka Zolka's design as best I could, though there were some certain aspects I felt compelled to change. His lack of familiarity with textiles and weaving led to what I can only assume are errors. You will note that I could only complete the culottes. This is because the other garments require skills, which I do not possess. Mr. Serendipity and Jeva of the goldsmiths and leatherworker skills respectively can provide the finishing touches to the remaining pieces. But you were unaware that I could not craft a full set by myself, weren't you? Very well, I shall send word to them on your behalf, Serenia. You will need only visit each guild and present them my unfinished work. Okay. But I suppose it might well be that well, if I count in the materia slots, it's indeed weaker than the one I crafted. But on the other hand, this is level 45 gear, and what I wore was level 49 gear. Greetings, Serenia. Red said you'd be along shortly, so let's see that mortarboard. This shouldn't take long. Wait here a moment. Here it is, as promised. Amazing what a difference a mithril tassel can make, isn't it? Wear it with pride, Serenia. Now off you go and be sure to enjoy your time in Gridania. Mortarboard, huh? The hat. Ah, Serenia, the woman who would single-handedly revive the scholarly arts. Alright then, show me what you got. Master Rose's work is marvelous, as to be expected. This will be a pleasure. There you go, one pair of fingerless buffalo leather gloves, perfect for the scholar who prefers that her protection does not come at cost of dexterity. Oh, the boots. Belly will see to those. He's an expert cordwainer, so you needn't worry about the quality. Besides, I've already spoiled you by making your gloves for free. And Billy. You're a scholar, yes? I've been instructed to assist you. If you please let me see Master Rose's work. The craftsmanship is amazing. I cannot wait to get started. Here you are, madam. Made with the finest boar and buffalo leather in accordance with Alka Zolka's design. Which are very impressive, I must say. He must be dying to see the completed set. I know I would be had I gone to such great lengths. You ought to surprise him by wearing the garments when next you meet him. And back to Alka Zolka. So, gloves. Boots. But of course there's something missing. By the gods, I feel I've been transported back through time. You have a very image of a Nymian scholars of Eld. Well, minus the gown, but still, never in my wildest dream did I think it would turn out this well. I see you approve as well, little one. Suffice it to say, we can consider this a great success. Well, that was a rather simple quest. For your fellow man. Ah yes, I forgot to mention that while I was awaiting your return, I made considerable progress with the deciphering of my Nymian tablets. Much of what I have learned until now has pertained to the roles of scholars within the military. However, these latest texts offer insight into a scholar's activities during times of peace. As you can imagine, they were not the sort to let the restorative magics go to waste. One particularly stirring account describes their selfless efforts to combat the spread of a virulent plague which at one point threatens to engulf all of Nym. Naturally, they did so with the aid of their fairies, which is why I believe that similar acts of charity may serve to further awaken your winged companion. If you have a mind to test my theory, why not journey to Camp Brownslake? You will find no shortage of sick and wounded there. Rukusa Farusa would doubtless welcome your services were you to offer them. He presides over the warm wine sanatorium, so be sure to have a word with him if you decide to go. I expect that it is not an accident that we are so close to where we met the tonberry. Hello and welcome to Brownslake. If you desire treatment, Pardon? You wish to administer treatment? Are you even qualified to... Wait, you must be Serenia, the scholar. We are happy to accept any assistance you can provide. I'm told you possess magic which can cleanse the body of toxins, impurities and maladies. At the present we have 5 patients visiting the springs who would benefit from this care. Pray attend to these individuals and return to me when finished. Cast Izuna. What was the wrong one? My lungs! I can breathe again. Thank you, miss. Bless you. Wine-soaked invalid? Why'd you have to go and do that, a bugger? Now they take me wine away. What did you do? You took something from me, something bad. I don't know what you did, but I'm glad you did it. Thank you. Corrupted ether. Heavy-eyed invalid. You set me free. I no longer feel his eyes upon me. Corruption lingers. Spirited Invalid. What's this warmth? Did you do that? Thank you, whoever you are. Incredibly. Absolutely incredible. What you did for those patients was nothing short of miraculous. Their commanding officer will be pleased to hear that they can return to active beauty. You and Alka Zolka have my deepest thanks, Serenia. Okay, and return. Bye, Chocobo. Ah, Serenia. Rikusa Farusa tells me that your potent magic exceeds all expectation. Had a good time, did you? I thought you might. It warms my heart to see the two of you making such great strides, and it reminds me that I must work harder to see that I'm not left behind. For the nonce, I will resume deciphering the Nymian tablets. Though they have yielded an immense quantity of information on the scholarly arts, I remain confident that they contain an equally impressive wealth of tactical information. Oh, still 45, huh? Well, I suppose it makes sense to make it into 2 quests as it was built. Lustrate. Yeah, you're good then. And 51. Serenian, you must come with me at once. Another tonberry has emerged from the Wanderer's Palace. A traveling peddler caught sight of a fiend and fled to Camus Brown's Lake. Once again, it falls to the Marauder's Guild to find and slay it. This time we will hunt the tonberry in greater numbers, so that we might surround it and cut off all avenues of escape. I have not forgotten our previous attempt to slay one of the foul creatures. Nor have you, I trust. I have your assurances that you keep your fairy in line this time, yes? Then let us make for Camp Brown's Lake at once. Our comrades have already departed, and they do not wish to fall behind. We will rendezvous with them at the same place we battled the first tonberry. Thank the gods you've come, Serenia. Any later we might have had to proceed without you. But Tonberry appears to be in some sort of trance and is oblivious to our presence. Is everyone ready? That can't be good. Excellent. Remember, we must surround the fiend. It cannot be allowed to flee. My son. My dear son. Stay away. I cannot. Damn it, not again. It seeks sanctuary within the Wanderer's Palace. Come, let us follow and finish this once and for all. Okay. We're actually in the dungeon compound here. Do not tell us, Serenia, we need your magics. hardcore flames. Vengeance! Die, die! Hexa. Creeper. Did it escape? Ranka. Behind us? Can't be good. These flames have some meaning. Flees once again. Grudge. What, again? Why do you protect this demon? Heal the Tonberry Wanderer. Have you gone mad? That thing is a monster. It must be put down. Veranka, Lily, my son, why are you here? Who has summoned you? The Nym is no more. 1500 years? Can it truly be so? I was Cerrito Carito, before the sickness from the sea transformed me. The traders, they were the first. As their ears and noses began to atrophy, their limbs grew shorter and their skin we scholars tried to halt the spread, tried to find a cure, but in time we too fell ill. Sympathy turned to fear, and fear to anger. Monsters they called us, abominations. Then you were once a man? They sealed the sick within the temple with magics, tried to drown us, tried to forget us. Though our bodies had been changed, our minds remained intact. But within every man lurks a beast. Then those whom you call kin deny you, come to hate you and despise you. I too succumbed to the rancor, until you reunited me with Lily, my dearest son. Long has my mind been clouded with hatred, but by the resplendent light of Lily, at long last I'm free. So wait a bleeding moment. That tonberry used to be a scholar like you? Does it mean you turn into one of them if you keep slinging those spells? Or did I misunderstand what he said back there? Ah, the hell's with it. I came expecting to fight one tonberry, not a whole bloody mess of them. If it wasn't for you and your flying friend, I reckon we'd not have left there alive. Gotta say, you and Alka make a great team. Shame there ain't more of you scholarly types around. Cause I could use a partner like you. Take care, Serenia. I nearly killed him. Thank the gods the fairy stopped me. I wonder, did she know it was Cerrito from the beginning? Or was it only... In any case, she has regained a good portion of her memories, if not all of them, I suspect. Well, if you could excuse me, I need to take some time to put my thoughts in order and decide how I might explain this to the Axe-Master. That the traditions of my people have not been lost to the ages is of great comfort to me. I do not know how that soul crystal came into your possession, but I am glad that it did, for the sickness robbed me not only of my body, but of Lily as well. The soul of the scholar no longer resonates with my ether. I cannot summon her. Only you can. Only you are fit to wield the magics now. Here, a gown as befits a scholar of your standing. I bequeath it to you, along with a knowledge of sacred soil, my most versatile art. I cannot thank you enough for purging the rancor from my heart. There's still countless others who have yet to see the light. I cannot abandon them to their fate. I will not. And so I bid you farewell, Serenia. Carry on our traditions with pride. Creates a designated area in which the party members will only suffer 90% of all damage inflicted. I wonder, if you had several scholars in the party, would these areas stack, or would just one count when you're standing in several? Probably the latter. And that is the Scholar of Questline for A Realm Reborn. And yeah, you must be in Heavensward and then talk to Alka Zolka again. Okay. Flying colors. So I now have a scholar gown. I don't know what I think about this one. Where's that coffer I got? Yeah, I don't know what I think about that. Anyway, that is it for this time. No, let's see what we do next time, right? Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.